Hi guys, welcome back to Mom's Cherished Home. Today I'm going to make another summer sweet recipe. We are going to make blackberry cobbler. Yes, blackberry cobbler. The first thing you're going to need is some self-rising flour, and we're going to make homemade self-rising flour. What you're going to do is you're going to put a cup of flour. To each cup of flour you're going to put 1.5 teaspoon of baking soda and 1/2 teaspoon of salt. So we're going to go ahead and measure that in and get that ready. And you're going to rinse your blackberries. So we're going to get those ready here in just a minute. But as I said, you're going to need 1 cup of flour, your regular flour. If you don't have self-rising flour, we're going to put 1 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder and 1/2 teaspoon of salt. We'll be right back. We'll measure that out. Okay guys, so we're going to go ahead and measure out our flour. I'm going to show you how to make this homemade self-rising flour. And we're just going to get our bowl ready. I always just do it the easy way right there. And that's 1 cup of flour. And to that, add 1.5. There we go. And we're going to add 1.5 teaspoon baking powder and 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And we use the light salt, so I'm just using a regular teaspoon, y'all, because easier. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to mix that up. You're going to preheat your oven to 350 degrees, very important. And then the next step we're going to add is 1 cup of sugar. So we'll go ahead and get that sugar. Okay, now you're going to add the 1 cup of sugar. We're going to go ahead and just whisk those two things together. And you want about 7 tablespoons of butter, which is a little over 1/2 stick. So we're going to go ahead and melt that in the microwave. We're going to come back and add that as well. Okay, guys, you're going to want to grease your pan. I'm using a glass pan. It is I think it's about an 8x8 or something like that. You can use 9x9, 8x8, one of those. This is a little deeper than the normal baking sheet, so we're going to go ahead and use it. I think it's a storage pan. And then we're going to go ahead and add our melted butter. We're going to go ahead and add that in. And then we're going to add a cup of milk. The recipe calls for whole milk. I don't keep whole milk in my house. So we're going to add the 2% that we have. That'll be fine. We're going to go ahead and add that. 1 cup of milk. And then it calls for 2 cups of fresh or frozen blackberries or other fruit, but we are using blackberries today. So there's your cobbler mix. And I'm actually going to add a little bit of vanilla to this just because I like to really juice it up. So we're going to mix that up real well. And I'm going to go ahead and, I've got 2 cups in here. It's actually a pint. This usually adds about a cup, so we've got my fresh ones in there. I'm going to rinse those, and I'll be right back to assemble our cobbler. Right, now, if I haven't mentioned this already, you have to preheat your oven to 350. You want to do that before you start the process. And then what we're going to do is you're not going to add your berries first. You're going to add your cobbler mixture to the bottom of the pan. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and add that in. In there. And then I'm going to do an old trick that I used to do with my grandmother. Now the berries are full, as you can see, right? And we're just gonna take our old-fashioned mashed potato masher. We're just gonna mash some of these up a little bit. And I have a bowl underneath the colander just in case any juice comes out. We'll add that as well. You just wanna do this because what happens is this kind of magnifies the flavor a little bit. It pulls all the flavor out. And you're not biting into like big chunky pieces of fruit in a cobbler. I mean, everybody has their different tastes, right? But we're just gonna mash these up a little bit. And I really believe fresh is best, but I also think that sometimes when you use frozen fruit, it's really good too, because it does taste like fresh once it's flash frozen. So I'm gonna go ahead, we've got those mashed up a little bit, as you can see, right? And then we're just gonna spoon these on. There is some juice there in that bowl, right? I'm gonna spoon these on to the cobbler, just like so. Gonna be good. We really do like cobbler. It's not the healthiest recipe, but it kind of is semi-healthy if you think about the fruit. So yeah, we'll look at it like that, y'all. And then we're gonna go ahead and add that juice, just because I made a mess on my counter. But here you go. This is what it's gonna look like before you put it in the oven. And we're gonna bake this. As I mentioned, we're gonna bake this for 30 minutes, pull it out, put sugar on top. I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna leave it in the oven, and I'm just gonna put a little bit of sugar on top right now. And we may sprinkle just a smidge on there when it's finished. But you're gonna bake this for 50 minutes. Depending on your oven, it could maybe even take an hour, but this is what it's gonna look like before you bake it. So we're gonna go ahead and put it in that 350 preheated oven and start baking, and we'll be back with the finished cobbler. Okay guys, here's our finished cobbler. It looks and smells delicious. I cannot wait to try this. I'm gonna tell you guys, y'all, it's best to have cobbler with ice cream. There is low-fat yogurt ice cream out there for all of you watching calories, but if you're eating cobbler, you're not watching your calories too much. However, I must say, with the fruit in there, it's a little bit healthy. I'm gonna try to pretend it's somewhat healthy because there's fruit in there, but hey, this came out amazing. You can use any kind of fruit you want. We did blackberry today. I am gonna put the recipe in the comments. I thank y'all so much for watching our channel and our video. Give us a thumbs up if you like this video, because we will be bringing you videos every other day or every few days. We love making the videos. We love cooking here at Mom's Cheers Home, and we have all kinds of fun things coming up. So if you haven't done so, subscribe to our channel. Check it out. It's awesome. And we will be soon. We will be on Instagram and TikTok. So check it out. And I hope you enjoyed this fabulous blackberry cobbler recipe. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.